All right, today we are doing a deep dive into something truly insane. We're looking at a 30-day fitness experiment centered around one of the toughest races on the planet, HYROX. We're going to find out what's really possible when you dedicate just 1 month to training like a pro. And let me tell you, the transformation is pretty remarkable. And this quote, man, this just gets right to the heart of it. If you've ever even looked at a HYROX race, you know this feeling. It's not just about how strong you are, and it's definitely not just about how long you can run. No, it's that brutal, relentless combination of the two that just completely breaks people down. So, that begs the question, right? We all know it's tough, but how much can you really improve in just 30 days? Like, is it even possible to move the needle in a meaningful way? Well, that's exactly what we're going to break down. A dedicated 1 month journey to see what that kind of laser focus can really do. Okay, but before we get to the juicy results, we gotta understand the beast we're dealing with here. First things first, what is HYROX? On paper, the format sounds, well, deceptively simple. You run 1 kilometer, you hit a functional workout station, and then you do it all over again. 8 times. It is a nonstop, relentless cycle of cardio and strength, and there is absolutely zero time to recover. And this is the gauntlet. I mean, just look at this flow. There is literally nowhere to hide. You go from a lung-busting cardio blast on the ski erg straight into the raw, grinding power of a sled push. And then, later on, the pure misery of burpee broad jumps. The variety here is genius, and it's specifically designed to find and expose every single one of your weaknesses. All right, so you can't measure how far you've come if you don't know where you started, right? So the very first step in this whole experiment was day 1, setting a clear, honest-to-goodness baseline. Now, this wasn't a full-blown race simulation. Think of it more like a diagnostic test. The goal was to measure each key piece of the HYROX puzzle. Your running speed, your raw power on the sled, your stamina with wall balls. Everything was tracked too, from heart rate down to RPE, which is just rated perceived exertion, basically a fancy way of asking, on a scale of 1 to 10, how much this sucks. And this quote just nails that initial shock to the system. You can walk in thinking you're fit, you really can. But HYROX pain, it just hits different. It's that insane switch from having your lungs on fire during a run to your quads completely locking up on a sled push that makes it such a uniquely brutal challenge. Okay, so the baseline is set. Now for the fun part, the plan. And this wasn't just a bunch of random workouts thrown at a wall. Nope. This was the 30-day blueprint. A structured, pro-level regimen designed to build a HYROX athlete from the ground up in just 1 month. And the structure here is absolutely key. Look, every single day has a specific purpose. Monday is all about simulating race pace and getting used to that burn. Tuesday, pure strength day. Wednesday is an easy zone 2 run. That's basically a slow, conversational pace that builds your gas tank and helps you recover. Then you've got skill work on Thursday, and the week rounds out with Friday and Saturday, which are all about one thing, learning how to suffer and work through that deep, deep fatigue. So the plan looks great on paper, right? But of course, reality is a whole different ballgame. Progress is never, ever a straight line up. When you're following a plan this intense, you're inevitably going to hit a wall, a big one, both physically and mentally. The day-to-day reality of this plan is, well, it's a grind. It's forcing yourself to do just 1 more rep on the sled when your legs are already toast from the run. It's picking up that sandbag for lunges when every single fiber in your body is screaming no. It's just a relentless, nonstop state of discomfort. And believe it or not, there's a scientific reason for all that suffering. It all comes down to something called the lactate system. Because you're constantly flipping between high-intensity running and heavy strength work, that system is just always on. Your body never, ever gets a chance to clear out the stuff, the metabolic byproducts that cause that deep muscle burn. You're basically forced to keep performing while you're swimming in it. But then, somewhere around day 20, something amazing happens. Something just clicks. The body is an incredible adaptation machine, and it starts to respond. Your breathing gets more controlled. That lactate burn, it doesn't go away, but your tolerance for it goes way, way up. The same effort that used to send your heart rate to the moon now feels manageable. This is what getting stronger actually feels like. And his quote says it all. This right here is the biggest transformation, and it's almost entirely mental. You start to develop this weird relationship with the pain. It stops being a signal to stop, and it starts becoming a signal that you're making progress. Instead of running from the discomfort, you learn to just stay in it. You learn to manage it, and eventually you even learn to use it as fuel. Which brings us to the moment of truth. Day 30. It's time to retest, to do the exact same protocol from day 1 and finally see the numbers. Did all that pain, all that suffering, did it actually pay off? Okay, let's kick things off with the run. Before, 4 minutes and 45 seconds. After, 4:08. Whoa, that is nearly a 40-second improvement on just a single kilometer. That is absolutely massive. Next up, everyone's favorite, the burpee broad jumps. Seriously, this is probably the most dreaded station for a reason. And look at this, a full minute and 10 seconds faster. This isn't just about being fitter, it shows you're way more efficient and you can handle that fatigue so much better. Now, let's talk about raw power, the sled push. The distance covered in 60 seconds jumped from 22 meters all the way up to 35 meters. That is a massive explosion of strength, but more importantly, it's the ability to use that strength when you're already completely gassed. But maybe the most dramatic change of all came from the wall ball test. I mean, just look at this chart. On day 1, the total was 27 reps in 1 minute. By day 30, that number skyrocketed to 42. It's just such a clear visual example of an incredible jump in muscular stamina. Yeah, let's put a hard number on that. That is a 55% increase in just 30 days. That is just staggering. And it's an incredible testament to how fast the human body can adapt when you give it a super specific, super focused training plan. So, what are the big takeaways from all this? Well, first, it's pretty clear that HYROX is a totally unique test of what we call hybrid fitness. Second, a really smart, dedicated plan can get you absolutely massive results, even in a short time like 30 days. But honestly, the biggest lesson here is that the real training, the real battle, is mental. The goal isn't just to get stronger, it's to become more resilient. And that really just leaves us with one final thought, doesn't it? This 30-day journey is way more than just a fitness experiment. It's a powerful demonstration of human potential. It proves that with the right blueprint and the discipline to see it through, a radical transformation is absolutely possible. So it makes you wonder, if this is what can be done in just 30 days, what are the limits of your own potential?